Bestow your mercy on the Ansar and the immigrants. Thus, the Prophet recited by way of proverb the poem of of some Muslim poet whose name is unknown to me. In the Hadith, it does not occur that Allah's Messenger recited a complete poetic verse other than this one. Hijra Islamic calendar marks this date. Thus was accomplished the Hijra of the flight of Muhammad as called in European annals, from which the Islamic calendar dates. When the Prophet Muhammad and his companions settled at Yathrib, the city changed its name and henceforth was called Al-Medina, Al-Munawwara, the illuminated city, or more shortly Medina. The city it is situated about 11 days' journey to the north of Mecca. At that time it was ruled by two Carthagite tribes. These two tribes, however, were constantly quarrelling among themselves. It was only about that time when the Prophet announced his mission at Mecca that these tribes, after long years of continuous warfare, entered on a period of comparative peace. When the Prophet settled at Medina, the tribes of Aus and Khazraj forgot entirely their old feuds and were united together in the bond of Islam. Their old divisions were soon effaced, and the Ansar, the helpers of the Prophet, became the common designation of all Medinites who had helped the Prophet in his cause. Those who immigrated with him from Mecca received the title of Muhajirin, or the immigrants. The Prophet, in order to unite both classes in closer bonds, established between them a brotherhood which linked them together as children of the same parents, with the Prophet as their guardian. Allah's apostle settles in Medina. The first step the Prophet took after his settlement at Medina was to build a mosque for the worship of Allah according to principles of Islam. Also, houses for the accommodation of the immigrants were soon erected. Muhammad's charter, Jews and Muslims unite to defend against enemies. Medina and its suburb were at this time inhabited by three distinct parties: the immigrants, the helpers, and the Jews. In order to weld them together into an orderly federation, the Prophet granted a charter to the people, clearly defining their rights and obligations. This charter represented the framework of the first Commonwealth organized by the Prophet. It started thus: in the name of the most merciful and compassionate Lord. This charter is given by Muhammad, the Messenger of Allah, to all believers, whether of Quraysh or Medina, and all individuals of whatever origin who have made common cause with them, who shall all constitute one nation. The following are some extracts from the Charter. The state of peace and war shall be common to all Muslims. No one among them shall have the right of concluding peace with or declaring war against the enemies of his co-religionists. The Jews who attach themselves to our commonwealth shall be protected from all insults and vexations. They shall have an equal right with our people to our assistance and good offices. The Jews of the various branches and all others domiciled in